Thank you for that, Matt. 13 minutes after 6 o'clock here on your Friday morning. And as we told you earlier this week, Steamboat Geyser in Yellowstone National Park has now tied last year's record for the most recorded eruptions in 1 year.
Steamboat is the world's tallest active geyser, and though it is setting records, it's still only gone off 32 times this year, making it something most people don't get a chance to see.
But some people do get a chance to see it, and they get to see it a lot. MTN's John Shear spoke with two of them this past week.
How many have you seen?
Well, my wife says that we've seen over 30. I've seen 10 or 11 from the start, and that, I guess, depends on defining where seeing the start from was. But I've seen 10 or 11 from the very start, and maybe over 30 at different stages of the game.
So most people are nowhere close to where you are in seeing a major eruption. Most people haven't seen one at all. What is it like?
It's incredible. It's an incredible experience. I've told people it's awesome and terrifying at the same time. I mean, it's an awesome experience. You see it, you feel it, you hear it. It's just an incredible experience. It's indescribable, I think, really.
Do you feel like a rumble in the ground?
Absolutely, absolutely. Before you feel a little bit of rumbling, but at the initial stage of the eruption, it shakes the boardwalk down.
At 30, does it ever get old?
No, not at all. It is incredible. I wait to see it every time and look forward to it.
It's a very impressive event. Before it happens, there's usually a good amount of minor eruptions, which can be pretty big, pretty frequent. We're talking 40, 60 feet sometimes, and that's really entertaining to watch in and of itself. But then, yeah, when the major eruption starts, it's a whole different thing. I've been down here, standing right here. I've been up there talking about Steamboat while it erupted behind me. And yeah, we're talking about this wall of water blasting well over 300 feet into the air, and lots of steam and making a pretty incredible roaring noise. Every eruption is a little different. As far as at the beginning, the highest shots are in the first couple minutes. So yesterday running down, you have to be kind of not next to the geyser to get an idea of how tall it is. You certainly get a sense of how powerful it is, but being further away, you get a sense of how incredibly tall it is and see those shots, jetting above the clouds of steam. Yeah, it's just an extremely powerful event. Yesterday, there was not very much wind, and so that helped make it very vertical of a column of not just the water but the steam as well. And oftentimes the steam and water tends to go towards the trees in the parking lot, but yesterday with no wind we actually got a lot of the water coming back to the boardwalk. Everybody had to scatter away from the boardwalk, but some people were kind of dancing in the geyser mist and rain.
So where do you start? I mean, since a lot of people don't even know what this is all about.
Right. Yeah. So first, I try to start with a good amount of the statistics of these eruptions to put things into context. And definitely give the idea that it is a whole different phenomenon than the geyser and the upper geyser basin that everybody is familiar with Old Faithful. But yeah, starting with the fact that it is regular and frequent. It goes years without erupting sometimes.
Wow!
The passion from people who get to see it all the time, and it's still just...
You're a little green.
I know, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I've got to get down there to see that.
I love when because I asked Chet during that, I was like, what does he mean from the start? And you're like, well, you hear it go off and he's working in the store, so then he runs down.
Absolutely.
So catching it from the start, and how Mark Wolf was saying, the force of it from right away to see
Can't
it.
imagine. I'm so jealous.
You'll get there one day, Chet.
I'm hoping.
You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll just camp out for about a week and just make it happen.
Maybe I'll be gone for a while, yeah.
Let's talk about tomorrow.